What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but my last short, I got asked to show my settings that I used in the beta Wavelink software that now supports VST plugins. So I kind of wanted to do a high-level, quick overview of the setup and then what I did, and you can look at my settings. I will be upfront. This is beta software, so I hope you're comfortable using that. There might be some bugs. I haven't encountered any, but I also haven't used it a whole lot. So let's just go with that going forward. And then the next thing is I'm not an audio expert, so the settings I have are based purely on someone else's work, which we will go over in a minute. And I didn't copy their settings exactly. I tweaked mine based on my limited knowledge of audio. So you should definitely tweak these things for you specifically. Not everybody's voice sounds the same. Not everybody's mic is going to be the exact same performance. So that all being said, let's jump into setting up Wavelink 1.4 beta with VST plugin support. So the first thing we're going to do, the links for all of this are in the description. If I missed one, just message me and yell at me and tell me you need help, and I'll be happy to clear that up. But yeah, so first thing, official Reddit thread on r/Elgato from you, Elgato James. Wavelink 1.4 beta introducing VST3 support for audio effects. Pretty straightforward. You know, you've got a direct link to the installer and a quick setup walkthrough on getting the VSTs linked properly. You should definitely follow these steps and read through them. They're pretty straightforward. Yeah, so pretty good reference. I followed this almost exactly and have had no issues. The other thing you'll need is the replugs plugins, VST FX Suite. You'll want to make sure you download the 64-bit version. More than likely, I mean, if you have 32-bit, you'll know. Definitely pay attention to that because you will have a bad time otherwise. Definitely download the 64-bit version, though. More than likely, that's what your system's going to support. And then, for a reference on how to set this up, the plugins that we're going to look at are the exact same plugins that Nutty, very awesome YouTuber, went over this back a couple years ago in August 2019. Went over setting up VSTs in OBS Studio. Very awesome video, very helpful. The plugin setup itself is the exact same because these are the same plugins. You'll just be doing it in the Wavelink software. So shout out to Nutty for making that awesome video that anyone can go reference at any time. Really appreciate it. It helped me. I was glad I remembered watching it probably last year when I came across it. But anyway, let's not gush over that. Anyway, what am I doing? Okay, so let's get into the Wavelink software and what that looks like with our VST settings. So when you install the beta, your Wavelink is going to look a little different, very similar to mine, but not exactly, right? Because everybody's setup is probably very different. But what you're going to see is this little graph bubble button down here. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to click it. And when you pop it up, you'll now see audio effects. Assuming you followed the guide and everything, this should be pretty familiar if you've already messed with it. This is where you'll add your plugins, right? If you've mapped them correctly, which is all in that setup guide in the Reddit thread. So assuming you've done all that, the audio effects that you plug in here, I'm only using 4 plugins. What you'll see is that they're in this specific order because this is the order I wanted them applied in. It's a top-down order. The guide mentions that. I just kind of wanted to touch on that. You know, so it matters what order you set these up in. I did this according to Nutty's guide, so it works the same way. So yeah, let's just jump into what each thing did. So in this first one, refire, I'm assuming that's how you say it. Oh, it went off screen. All right, let's just drag that over. I don't know why it went way over there, but okay. So in Reefer Standalone, what you'll see is a red line that is set to my noise profile from the last time I did this. When you check this box here, which may be kind of hard to see, but this is where I have mine set to filter noise. You know, you'll check the box, let it run for a minute. If you watch Nutty's video, it goes into it. Not anything too complicated there. I let it run while not making a whole lot of noise. And this is one of the things that made the biggest difference is basically I have some noise reduction just from this. Perfect. All right, so let's go to the next one. Regate. So this is a noise gate plugin. This is another one that you'll want to barely set. You don't need a lot of it. I kind of measured out my noise floor, sort of. You basically let it run while you're sitting quietly. And you'll see, okay, so I guess my air conditioner is running, but normally this fader right here will be set just above where this meter settles, and that's where you want your gate. Again, if you're comfortable with these plugins, you already know about this, but it's very simple. You don't want to do it too much because you'll just cut out any noise coming into the mic. And then you can also adjust your attack and release. 3 milliseconds for attack, 100 milliseconds for release is pretty straightforward. I think, again, it may be kind of hard to see in the video. I hope it's not, but it is what it is. I didn't want to go too deep into exactly what my settings were, but just how I got there. All right. Moving on to the next thing is the re-EQ, which I have set up very similar to what Nutty has in his, where I added, so when you first set it up, you'll see 4 bands, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I added 6 more to make 10, so we could more finely adjust the, the EQ. So what I did, the first band set to a high pass, and I don't know if that's right, but my sound, I'm very pleased with it. But anyway, so yeah. I'll kind of step through these and try to zoom in, and you guys can look at the way everything's set. So that's channel 1. Channel 2 is just set to band. Very slight gain on there, 2 dB, 3 dB on the third band. These are all targeting different frequencies, and so you'll see this is 32 hertz, 64 hertz, 125 hertz, 250 hertz, 500 hertz, 1000 hertz, 2000 hertz, 4000 hertz, 8000 hertz, and 16,000 hertz. So I wouldn't copy these settings directly. They might be a baseline for you, they might not. What I can say is if you look at that yellow line as I'm talking, you'll kind of get a feel for, if you just are talking while setting these up, what you need to bring up, what you might want to lower. Really, for me, the low end needed to be boosted a little bit, but not the very low end. I wanted to cut the extremely low end on that first band. But in the 2, 3, 4, and 5 range, 5 is really where I started to cut. But the 2, 3, 4 are bumped a little bit, and I was really liking how that sounded. And then I boosted the 7 and 8 range, but cut the 9 and 10 range. What that did is it kind of brings the sound up where I want it. I wanted a little bassier, but I still wanted the mid to high tones in my voice to come through while cutting the extremely high tones and cutting some of those really mid-range tones in my voice that can just be annoying, probably. I don't know. Again, loosely based on what Nutty did and tweaked further to where I liked it, which is really the key to all of this. You want to make sure that all of these settings are adjusted to your liking. So don't just copy. There's no best settings. There's approximate settings for sound, right? Again, everyone's voice sounds different. You don't want to do exactly what someone else has done, but you might get some good results doing this. Let's go back. Okay, so now, what else did we have? We had one more thing, a compressor. So recomp, standalone. This one I didn't apply a whole lot on. Okay, I set, I think I left it all kind of default, and didn't change a whole lot. Attack and release, I kind of adjusted from the default values. But that was really about it. And I don't remember what else I did, honestly, at this point. But go watch an Eddie's video. He does some cool stuff and explains all of that. I wouldn't put too much stock in what I did, to be honest. Again, very audio amateur, learning a lot of stuff. I could do with some in-depth learning for this, but I'm not there yet. So yeah, that's pretty much how I have my settings in Wavelength set up using those VST plugins. And so if you wanted to hear the difference, I guess I could change it real quick. That way you could hear like what it originally sounds like versus what it has sounded. What it's sounding like now is with all the effects on. And I guess I can just turn it off. Okay, so this is all of the effects completely off, which is a nice toggle, so you can actually hear the difference. And if you didn't want the effects in your monitor mix, you can also turn that off. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Let's go back. I love this sound way better. It's a lot less hiss and buzz and just room noise coming through, especially for something like this where, if you hit a quiet point in your stream, maybe you're not using any background music. If you have these effects on, none of your room noise will come through, especially with this filter gate. And then just the EQ to make your voice sound better. The compressor will even you out. I would recommend playing with it. Do what suits you best. And just remember, you can always adjust it. There's nothing you're going to mess up. So yeah, that does it for this video. I hope, I'm hoping I'm not confusing anybody. It's the last thing I want to do. I do provide links again in the description to everything that I followed and used as a reference. And I hope that you guys are as excited about this as I am. Elgato really has something with the Wavelength software. But on top of that, it's really great to see VST plugins being supported now. And I'm just looking forward to what's next. I'd like to be able to control some of these, filters through the Stream Deck, at least turning on and off, the filter groups, maybe setting, specific filters with the press of a button on the Stream Deck. That would be nice. I don't know if that's coming or not, but it'd be nice to see. So, yeah, that's it for this video. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. I hope this is helpful to somebody, at least until the official Wavelength beta comes out. That would be great, right? I do stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Sunday nights, Tuesday nights, and Saturday mornings. Just be sure to drop me a follow on Twitch. Links are all down in the description. And check me out on Twitter and Instagram. Sometimes I post there too. Have some fun, eat in the sun. Not really. I don't go outside. I don't know where I'm going with this. Thanks for checking out the video. Again, thanks. Bye. Awkward. I don't know what I'm doing. Good luck, everybody. Oh, pull!